So good evening guys and welcome to our Monday evening OTL. It is round 19 and this evening we head to Suzuka. A little bit of Japan, the track that likes to claim victims, especially the Cubs. Adam will join me in just a little bit, but let's get a rundown of the championship and how it stands at the moment. Mike got that 58 point advantage at the top. He's on 449 points with Mr. Rage in P2 on 391. Then we have Nude Potato only 36 points behind Mr. Rage. He's in P3 on 355. Then we have a bit of a gap back to Rob Wills, 110 points. He's on 245, but then the battle gets very, very interesting as we go into our last four races. So we have Rob Wills and Chubby Slug in P4 and 5, both on 245. Then we have Ryan Sam in P6 on 244. Then we have Nelly P7 on 239. So only 6 points splitting 4 drivers there. Then we have ENTXG on 220, so he's right in that fight as well. Then Mikey in P9 on 212, although he is not racing anymore. Then we have Kristaps P10 on 197 and Nick P11 on 182. SPW P12 on 148 and Connor P13 on 140. Mick P14 on 132. F. Lewis P15 on 124. Shiv P16 on 117. Ranger P17 on 112. Skarma P18 on 102. Pedro P19 on 95, and then Fingers P20 on 78. Dixie leads away in that. In the Reserves Championship, he's on 60 points. Then it is Matty on 30, Nadine on 27, Jock on 25, Jay Bradfield on 18, Mr. Pavel on 17. Then we have a triple tie between Schlee, Michelando and Mitch. They're all on 12. In terms of constructors, McLaren lead the way on 694 and 62 points behind is Red Bull. We then have Mercedes in P3, Williams in P4, Alpine 5, Alpha Tauri P6, Alfa Romeo P7, Aston Martin P8, Ferrari P9 and Haas in P10. Let's get some data up on the board, because that's what matters. I think we'll see the majority of the drivers opt onto that soft compound tyre to start the race. Good evening, big up Harry, welcome Reese, Archie, Skarma, Rob, Mike, Lewis, Kai, Kristaps, Jay. Good to see everybody in the stream. Thank you and welcome. As I say, Adam will be with us in a little bit. Guys, if you can, please, if you haven't already, sub to the channel and please drop a little thumbs up on the video, because it all counts. And the manager's watching, so it matters. Oof. So, the drivers heading out on track. Jay leading the way. Do a bit of audio balancing, so excuse the blue screen for just a little minute. Let's get that just a bit softer. Oh, it should settle down actually once Adam comes into the party. OTL hits. Good evening, Skull. 488 Skull. The Rust crew. The Chads. They'll appreciate that word if they're Rust lovers. I'm going to call you the Chads. Good evening, Leon. Hope you're well. Good evening, everybody. 15 stream is popping. Thank you. So, majority of the drivers are half the grid out on track now. I think a lot of them start to filter out further behind. But ENTXJ is going to lead the way. And hopefully Dixie won't be far away. Let's go on board with Jay. It'll be a medium run. And we will go for a run through of Suzuka. So, squeezing in that throttle, nice short shift, get the power down, DRS open, heading down towards turn 1 and 2. It's one long corner. You spot your braking quite deep into the corner. Let the car drift wide and then tuck up nicer to the apex, squeeze the power in there. Car will always try and understeer. Now it's a case of stay away from the curbs and find that fastest line through the S's. So 3, 4, 5 come at you thick and fast, and then we start to head back up the hill 6 and 7, And then we come up towards the two Degners. We'll start heading back down to hill and towards the bridge. So Degner 1 carry a lot of speed on entry. And then Degner 2 bringing the car right down about an 80 to 90 mile an hour corner. And then heading up towards the hairpin. This is a guts of sector 2. Tuck it in nicely to the apex. You can get maybe both lines of the hairpin as well. The higher line very much works. And then squeeze on the power. Heading up what we could call the back straight, although it's not very straight, towards Spoon Corner as Dixie joins us in the background. Shiv has already been claimed at the S's on his outlap, so, or on his first hot lap, so it's over for Shiv. But ENTXJ looking nice and tidy, heading down towards 130R. No idea why. I think it's a 130R because it's a 130 degree radius. I think that's actually why it's called that. Then the last chicane. Nice and easy over the curbs. Don't pick up an invalidation. Attacks the inside curb in the second part of the scheme very well. Keep it in a tight line. DRS will pop open and he will set the pace in at 29.4, and that's a really competitive medium lap there from ENTXJ. But let's see where Mike is. Mike's going to be our next man, Adam, championship leader. Good evening. Yes. Heading towards the last chicane, and he just gets away with it. Oh, and he picks up the invalidation in the second phase, so you go straight into the pits. Let's see where Harry is, our new man.
See what I'm on with.
Let's see how he's getting on. He's got a guy catching him up. And it's Nelly, so that may cost Nelly a bit of time. But Harry is going to try and get his lap time set. Here he goes. It's a 35.3. And a little bit off the pace, but very much finding his feet. So if Nelly's seen the Discord, he would know what he is sitting behind here, and it's probably not worth his time. Cost him a little bit of time towards the line as well. Everybody switch to Harry. There we go. There's Harry. There he is, boys. I aim to please. Nadine goes on to pole now, 29.0. Yeah, all the Chads are in. Lewis and Sco wanted to start for the back anyway, so Shiv. So I think Harry's got some fuel in the car.
Switch to Harry. I appreciate the guys coming in to watch.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah.
It does mean a lot. They've still not hit that thumbs up button though.
No, you dodgy baby.
Oh. So let me just go blue for a second. Excuse me, chat. I do need to turn Mr. Adam up a little bit. He's a little bit on the quiet side. I don't need to not hear him.
I was saying I was a bit loud in the other party as well.
No, you were quiet for me there.
Oh, okay. That was saying I was too loud. Oh, interesting.
I turned you up. But I think they forget that they can use the sliders themselves.
Yes, exactly.
Can we just talk about ENTXJ's medium lap here? Sitting up against SPW, he's matched the time, he's 4/10 ahead of Mato Man on the mediums. I tell you, I think Harry's going to improve here as well.
Who's up on the mediums? Who else
Harry,
on the mediums?
Harry is about to improve. He's going to find a good chunk of time as well, nearly finds a second. And I tell you, second run on the tyre, the energy is low. It's not bad at all.
I've left him in the hands of Rage. Hopefully Rage is treating him well.
Oh no.
Well, he was even Rage or Mato, man. Oh, no, not
Rage,
Mato, man.
Rage has just been looking for somebody to hand that bottle to, Adam.
That's true, all in front of his fans as well. Harry's got his fans in the chat. Chris, can I give you a fun fact? Matthew Walker, chubby slug.
Oh, Rage just had a big moment out of the last corner. Sorry, Adam, he's in the wall now, but his medium lap over.
Oh, there he is, yep. I'm behind on the stream. I caught it because I'm standing there having a cigarette. Matthew was meant to be called Nigel.
Fun fact. Masterman is now funny. Nigel. Nigel no pals.
Yeah, Nigel no mates. Oh, I think now.
So, who else should
Mike
get on
is
board?
on an outlet, is he?
Jay Bradfield getting on his medium compound tyre, somebody getting well out of the way for him there. I think that was Harry.
Good
so
man,
Harry is trying.
Yeah, he is. First
and it's first ever, so I know fine well, it's a very steep learning curve. I done it the other way, I just went straight into ownership. Like, why the hell not?
It can be very daunting. Well, I remember when I joined HOR with you, Chris, I was very... by the whole...
Yeah, and you get a lot of salty people in league racing.
Yes, not in RTO and HOR though. Apart from Stephen. Oh, right, let me get back to my chair.
Oh, and Chubby Slug there, I think he's on an outlap and he's going to actually end up picking up this in next lap in validation. But let's see where Jay Bradfield goes. He's looking pretty competitive also on the medium compound tyre. He goes just ahead of his teammate. A 30.7. And let's see our championship leader coming out the hairpin heading up towards Spoon. And I expect Mike to be well into the 28s here.
27s. Should bag if he's not.
Hey you!
I'm trying to say the word quickly.
The combined age of the comms team is 79, that is brutal.
Is it though?
That's just the age of Adam.
Yeah, fact. Fact.
So Mike into the last chicane.
Fact, actually.
Move. Power on very, very nicely. Gets a great exit, and I think it's going to be a mid 28 for Mike. 28.494. And on to that pole position slot by half a second.
Matty is on an outlet.
I don't get on rust.
Can't boy, busy. Got a league to run, comms to do with the man Chris. I just sit here sounding miserable and waffle.
The PvP god. That's a lie. I should not have called myself that. I should have
I don't know,
said
you
that.
know, you do well at countering oil at the moment, so I'll give you that.
Got to be putting them men down.
I don't know if that Kai is Diddy Kong. Is Kai Diddy Kong?
I don't know.
Kai Diddy Kong.
I don't know.
And that's the Kai, yeah, that's
No,
Diddy Kong.
Josh is Diddy Kong, I'm sure.
Oh, is he? Oh.
Yeah.
No, one of them's called, one of them I've named Diddy Kong anyway. Sco's the bouncer, I know that much.
So let's see where SPW goes. He is coming up to the last chicane. He is on an improvement lap at the moment.
Matty's on a hot lap now.
And he finds 2.5 tenths, solidifies in that P3. Let's filter back down the grid.
What's Jay gonna do? Going on to the softs.
Harry is Diddy Thong, I guess. Reset Harry.
Very interesting. I'm very confused, but it's not hard to confuse a man of my age.
No, orange.
What?
Yep, see?
Fuck!
So Matty, I seem to go into every driver as they come through that hairpin and heading up towards Spoon Corner. And Harry at the moment is not last. He's actually faster than Rage, who's second in the championship.
Oh,
Big
Rage
dub.
has firmly got that bottle. Oh, right, Harry's coming back out again. Oh, Harry's right in front of Matty, so Matty's getting a nice little toe off Harry here.
Oh, but he's away into the pits.
Oh.
And Matty P7. So that mid-pack, as always, looking very, very competitive. I don't... Ranger, though, Ranger was looking good in the practice. I'm intrigued to see once he gets a lap banked exactly where he goes. Say we love you, Harry. We love you, Harry.
We love you, Harry. Who else we got? Is Ranger going to do something?
Yeah, that's what I was just talking about.
On a lap. Yes,
Rage is on a lap. Rage, if you dislodge Harry, you're a pussy.
Nigel fact.
Ranger carrying very good speed at Spoon Corner, gets a good exit as well, so Ranger on a good lap at the moment, because we get a nice onboard view of that steering wheel. Lovely jubbly. So, 2 corners to go. Beck, you're braking all over the curb on the inside on both parts of the chicane. You could have definitely committed to more on the exit. Gets a really tight line, almost clatter on the pit barrier, and he goes at 29.2, puts himself up to P4. and I thought definitely in about it.
Here comes Rage, final corner.
No, I'm going to go to Mr. Rage.
28.8.
Oh. Which was about the pace he was setting pre-session. So I think Rage will still, if he's got time, Rage will still get some tints in his pocket.
F. Lewis is on a lap, mediums, coming in the final couple of corners now.
Yeah, on board now. And he's very aggressive over the last chicane there. Really, the car's squirming as he gets on the power, and this is going to be a very good lap for F. Lewis on the medium compound tyres, a 29.5. When you think about it, if he found just a tenth of a second there, that could have been top 6 in the tyre.
Yeah.
So I think it's very, very good. F. Lewis will be very happy with that lap time, I think. Where is Chubby Slug on his softs? 4 tenths up. 4 tenths will find him a lot of position. It'll put him from P12 way inside the top 6. And of course, I'm pretty sure that's a medium tyre time, so he'll have some time through the last couple of corners again, attacking the curves. Good to see. Keep it nice and tight. Now as you head to the line, ENTXJ 28.8, and Chubby Slug goes P7 at 29.2. Only a tenth away from that top 5. Very, very strong lap there in the softs.
I think Nigel can do
matching Mr. Rage for pace is Jay. That is mighty.
That's manager pace, that is.
Oof.
Oof.
So where is Nelly? Nelly's on an invalidated lap. F. Lewis on an in lap. Chris Stapps 3.5 tenths up. So that would put him on to 29.4 area. So he's looking at the top between P6 and P8 at the moment. And the guys are getting very, very good exits off that last corner. And he goes P8.
29.3.
And just look how competitive it is, Adam. P4 to P10. Very, very close.
Yeah. P12 even.
Is Chubby Slug on a lap here? I don't think he is. He's on an in lap.
F. Lewis is on the grass.
Nude Potato coming out the last chicane. And he's gone in the pits. Harry in the wall. Is he stuck?
Harry could be stuck.
Harry should do Thursday too. I think Thursday would be a good day for Harry.
Yes, yeah, I've said that. He can click the R for that one.
In terms of wheel to wheel, the only way to get better at it is to be in it, and you're never going to get it in multiplayer lobbies because guys are just idiots. Whereas here, we've not so many idiots and it's more clean racing, so...
Harry missed the corner. That will be Harry's quali over.
Yes, no more laps.
Yeah, won't get another lap in there.
We have Mike on a lap. This will be his last run. He's heading through Spoon.
Oh, he's a little bit up. Rage is on an out lap.
So he has a sector split coming up. Has Mike found a chunk of time in his middle sector? He's about half a tenth up. I think that shows how good that second run was for Mike. It was a very good lap. Has he got any time in the last couple of corners? And he's very good over the 2 curbs there. Gets a monumental exit off the corner, and he will find a tenth and a half. So he had a tenth in the pocket through the last chicane and puts himself 4.5 tenths ahead of Rage. Nadeem on a lap coming up to Degna 1. Nearly 2 tenths up. So he's looking competitive in terms of Mr. Rage ENTXJ pace at the moment. SPW top 3, you watch. Where is Mr. SPW? Oh, he's just opening his lap, so we'll come to him a little later. Good evening, Mick. I hope you're well. The stream is absolutely popping. Thank you very much, boys.
Hope you're feeling alright, Mick.
Yeah, I heard you were away getting the change. I'm proud of you.
I'm gonna be Michelle after the weekend.
so Nadeem coming into the last chicane, can he put a challenge on the front row of the grid? Of course, Rage on a lap not far behind, but let's see where Nadeem goes.
Rage's 2 tenths up
Nadeem
this time.
goes, he goes P2, does Nadeem's at 28.5, and good lap there. SPW will get on board now. I think there's a couple of drivers. Oh, and he's touched the inside curb, it's spinning round. He goes, so that's it over for SPW. Let's look. Let's look further back. We'll see if we get any drivers coming over the line. Rob Wills got himself to P12. Jay Bradfield's session is over. Nude Potato just coming through the first sector. So Mr. Rage is the man that could dislodge Mike. Has he got enough time in that middle sector?
He was 2 tenths up.
He's still only 2 tenths up, so he may even struggle here. He needs to find some time, or he may be P3 still. Adam, he needs time in these last couple of corners. Gets all over the curbs. How good of an exit does he get? He has to have a little moment on the throttle. Has that cost him too much time? Oof. It doesn't.
It's identical.
No, 4 100ths of a second.
No, to Nadeem, identical.
No, it's not.
Oh, it's not. Oh, it looked like a 9.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's an age thing.
So Mike takes pole position. Rage P2. Nadeem P3 is our end on the lap. Oh, Ranger is. Ranger coming out the last corner. Is he about to improve? He does not. He's half a tenth down. What about Nelly? Oh, Nelly does. Nelly goes P4 right at the death. I don't think Rob Wills is on a lap. He is not. Jay Bradfield. No, he's definitely not. Nude Potato coming through the last chicane. Yes, he is. So Nude Potato, he is going to be definitely the last man. Where does he put the car? He goes P6 at 28.8. With a lot of drivers getting to the 28s there in the end. Top 6 all inside the 28s. But Mike takes pole by 2 tenths of a second to his championship contender, Mr. Rage. I'd have loved to have seen Nadeem full time here, Adam, you know that?
Yeah, agreed. But I can't remember why he couldn't. He did say.
I think he would be very much in the championship fight. Nelly right in the battle as well. ENTXJ with some cracking pace.
Yeah, Jay's come on this season. Harry's not last either.
Harry is not last. Beaten. He beat Pedro. Oof.
And he beat the real sim racer in Chief.
Is Jay's time on mediums? No. It's on the. I will put it to best.
Yeah, he went to softs. He did a 29.4 on mediums and a 28.8 on the softs.
There you go, Mick. So you can see that's the best now. So that's whatever they set their run on. So F. Lewis's medium lap got him P12. I don't think he'd be too disheartened by that. He can start on that move on the alternate strategy.
Was Chris Tapp's top 10 on the mediums?
No, F. Lewis in the end was the lead driver on the medium.
Oh. No, I changed.
So good evening everybody, 21 people in the chat. Good evening all, welcome. Please guys, if you haven't already, I'm going to ask again before we go racing, drop a thumbs up on the video. Adam will love you long time.
Yeah, but even I'm going to put a thumbs up.
I also put a thumbs up.
See, there you go.
I always thumbs up. Good evening, good evening.
Kerry was watching the stream earlier. Put a thumbs up on the stream, Gary. Put a thumbs up on the stream. Put the stream on. Press the thumb.
So Mike Pole, Rage P2, Nadeem P3, Nelly 4, JP5, Nude Potato 6, SPW P7, Ranger P8, Chubby Slug P9, Chris Taps rounds out the top 10 and I'm going to lose the screen. But it was Ryan Sam P11, F. Lewis 12, Rob Wells 13, Matty 14 and I can't see any more beyond that, so you just need to wait. So 27 laps? I think it's 27. It will be a one-stop strategy, although Japan claims victims, so I anticipate safety cars. For sure.
God, I've muted.
So, Mr. Rage getting himself right
up.
And he's trying to get himself up beside Mike there on the formation lap and already bottled it by spinning the car.
Yeah,
and clattering the wall.
Sausage.
And he's that embarrassed to went into pause. So row 1 of the Japanese Grand Prix will be Mike and Rage. Row 2, Nadim and Nelly. Row 3, Jay and Nude Potato. Row 4, SPW and Ranger as Mike now goes for a twirl. What is happening? Row 5, we have Chubby Slub and Chris Stapps. Row 6, Ryan Sam and F. Lewis. Row 7, Rob Wills and Matty. Row 8, Bradfield and Pavel. Row 9, Skarma and Harry. And row 10, Pedro and Shiv. Mike gets disqualified from the formation lap very, very early.
Yes, that's not good.
Oh no, Mike. We're having some moments on the form laps. Let's hope that is not a sign to come. 66 degree tyres.
He disqualified as well.
Mike felt sorry for Rage, such a nice guy. That's a fact. Pavel's asked Matty why he dive bombed him on the formation up, but Matty should have been ahead of Pavel, so I'm a little bit confused there. But anyway, Mr. Rage, well, he was the lead car, but Shiv's the man at the back. He wanted to start, but Kristaps now having an excursion on. That's going to be Harry and Shiv DSQ'd. I don't think Harry quite knows about the ghosting just yet, so he was just trying to be cautious, which is absolutely fine. So Pedro will be the man to filter into the back. Oh, who's that in the Ferrari actually? It's Chris Stapps. A little bit behind. And then the Japanese Grand Prix will be set for some lights. So let's go to young Michael. Why is it greying every day because they're disqualified? So here we go. We'll go to Mike. And what kind of camera angle is that, game? What are you playing at? So 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and it's lights out. A long hold there, but we are underway eventually, and it's a much better start from Rage. Look at that, he's going to get the jump on Mike straight away. Mike is bogged down. Nadim now gets the better start, and into turn 1 we go. Was there contact there between Mike and Nadim? It's hard to say, but Rage gets through, and there's somebody else round further back as well. I think that's F. Lewis, had an excursion at turn 1, he falls to the back of the grid. So Rage from Mike, ENT, XG P3, Nadim P4, Nelly P5, Nude Potato P6. And I think the grid has turned into its train pretty early. There's no other real way to get through the S's. As it stands, we will filter through as Ranger. As I look at SPW, we know that fight could get aggressive between them two as it continues on. Matty all over the back of Chris Stapps now there on the medium compound tyre. So Matty here going for an opportunistic move. Will he try and go down the inside to outside line for the hairpin? He's going to back out of that one for now. We've got Chubby Slug all over the back of Nell here. This could be something arising as we head up to Spoon Corner for the first time. Is Mattoman going to send one up the inside? He chooses not to, so they just continue on for now. And now, I think for most drivers, it's going to be a waiting game for the DRS. Nothing crazy happening for the back, Adam?
No. No, mate, nothing.
Harry keeping himself right in it. Let's go to the man.
No, someone's just had a moment.
Oh,
Ranger.
I think that's Ranger. Ranger, what has happened to Ranger there? Matty as well, missing his braking massively for that final chicane. He goes very wide.
I'm pretty sure
Chris steps into the pits. No, he does. He's absolutely fine.
I see something off the track.
And Harry keeping himself in the DRS window for now.
I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Still bored of Harry. Let's have a... The more races he does, the more confident he'll get.
Oh, careful on the curb there, Harry.
Yeah, Harry, stay off the curbs, mate. Don't want to be on the curbs. I mean, his Rage pulling away from Mike with his Mike games.
So let's watch the Chubby Slug. Paul's 6th place on start. Yeah, that's what we were on actually. Let's look at our best gainers from the start. I think Skarma is the man. He is. Skarma gaining 6 off the start. We get Shiv up 4. Pedro's managed to gain a couple. Rob Will's up 3. E and TXJ from P5 to P3, so he's got himself right into that podium position nice and early. SBW and Ryan Sam starting to get entailed in a battle. 2 Alpine boys, P7 and 8.
Oh, Harry just lost the position to F. Lewis then.
So DRS will be enabled this lap. What is the energy status between our top 2? It's 50% for Rage, 60% for Michael, or just a little below. But Nadeem looks to be the man on pace at the moment.
I think Nadeem's issue was turn 1, he's gone onto the curb. So that's where he dropped the place.
Ah.
And I honestly, I thought it was a crash, but the game must have just bugged. And it just looked worse than what it was. I was wrong about safety car lap 1 as well.
You will. The guys have been pretty reasonable the first couple of laps.
Pretty disappointed in them, if I'm going to be honest.
Oh, and who's that? Skarma. He's went wide at the exit there. Sees it because the car going to go round. Somehow he's kept it in check. And somehow he keeps it out the wall before the first Degner. Very, very dirty tyres. He falls down to P17, but that shows you how beneficial an opening lap is, because he's still not lost any from that moment. Although F. Lewis, I think, is about to put him under pressure heading towards Spoon Corner. Let's look at the gaps further ahead. We've got Shiv on the back of G. Bradfield further back. Oh, let's go to that actually, a lead battle. So Mike is eyeing up the DRS here, I think.
Jay's eyeing up Mike.
Oh, yes. So the battle commences.
I tell you what, Jay, he's a different animal these last few races. I'm very impressed. Nelly fastest laps, and Nelly's going to be coming back. Oh, Con again, he's near enough out of energy.
Energy low, interesting. I guess what if you can keep yourself in the DRS though, it's not so bad. You can recover it, Japan. But this top 5 battle is an interesting one at the moment.
And honestly, I can say this. I'm supporting Jay.
I mean, I don't want to jinx him, so I'm just going to let him do his thing.
Yeah, I don't want to jinx him, but I'm supporting Jay. I mean, obviously, Rage will throw the bottle out at some point. Mike used to throw the bottle out, so that could come. And then it'll be a Jay and the Dean battle for P1.
Jay and Nadine for the win. That would be an interesting prospect. We know Jay's a good old fighter as well.
Oh, Stephen's got past old Nigel as well.
Jay is flying, mate. He's having a cracker. Pace is very good. And Rage at the moment is the driver between the top 3 that's really straining on the energy. He's down below the 20% mark. Jay and Mike still comfortably above 40%.
And DRS will be wide open.
So let's see if Mike goes for the move here. We'll see that light flashing, all that coax Mike into even more making a move. Jay's going to cover off that, and it's a yellow flag, sector 3, so Mike has to back out the move.
Oh man, I think the game just played me. It looked like Jay was sliding.
And we need to just talk about Mike's awareness there. Most drivers would have just been that focused on the move. As Jay has a touch of the inside curb at turn 5. And the rear of the car steps away, puts him out the DRS.
It's an Alpine, it's Stephen. Stephen is round. Stephen is round. And he seems to have all his wing functioning. So Harry, still not last.
No, he is in P18.
Yep. Impressed. Oh,
Pedro up 5 now as well. Pedro and Shiv keeping themselves right on the train here. So when will battles arise? Are we going to see Mike try and make another opportunistic move on Rage? You'll see the light flashing. He's got a 50% advantage on the energy now, so...
Nadim's close to making the move on Jay here. He'll have DRS, Jay won't. Con isn't far behind either, and then Nelly's creeps back up.
And look at Mike gaining on Mr. Rage, so here we go. Is he going to go the long way round at turn 1? Rage will try and keep his nose in there, but he touches the cup on the inside and he's holding a massive tank slapper. He's all over the grass, and Rage will fall to P5, and now Mike takes control of the race. JP2, Nadim 3, Nut Potato 4, but Rage touching that cup on the inside, trying to allow Mike that space on the outside line at 1, has cost him dearly. And his tyres will be very hot.
I'd love to speak to Jensen. Would the title race be over if Mike wins tonight?
No, I'm not sure. No, because there's 30 points a race, so even 4 races are still like 120 points.
And one's a sprint as well, isn't it? So
yeah, it's still like 130 points up for grabs.
Yeah. Me and maths don't work, so.
So Jay's got a bit of a fight on now to hold on to his podium, because he has a bit of a train now, P2 to P6, all there.
Who somehow needs to break DRS from Nadim to give him a bit of wiggle room.
And I think now we will see Mike command the lead of the race. And I think Jay's head now will be focused on the podium.
Yeah.
I think he knew he would always have a chance. If he stayed in the DRS of the leaders, there's always a chance, but once you fall away, you've kind of got to focus on maintaining positions behind rather than ahead. So,
I mean, Nadim has a massive energy advantage on everyone around him. Everyone in the top 6. Barring Mike, because Mike's just well off in front.
And Ryan Sam now inside the top 8. 8.7 seconds off the lead, so Ryan Sam going very well at the moment. He's quietly went about his business and went unnoticed. But I think he's going to be a man to watch. 5 seconds up the road from the next medium compound tyre as well, so soft tyre guys really starting to feel the strain. You can just see the medium tyre is a much better tyre to be on now, but it's just beneficial to see the soft out a little bit longer.
I think Ryan said he's going to make a move on Nigel down this straight here. Maybe.
Nut Potato, look how close he is to Nadim here. Thought about moving into the last chicane. So is Nadim going to make the move on Jay here? Jay's going to try and defend it off. They'll head together into turn 1 side by side. Jay keeping the car on the inside and he's round. ENTXJ has had a moment. We'll see where he manages to recover that car. I think he'll still stay comfortably inside the top 10.
Just had Ryan Sam pass him.
And poor Jay.
See, it's sort of like a mirror image of Mike and Rage, except Jay didn't touch the curb from what I could see.
So I wonder if there was any body contact. Scammer, first driver. 8 laps in at Japan, first driver to get a penalty. That's not too bad. The guy's keeping it nice and tidy. And now Nelly, if you take Nadim out of the equation, P4 at the moment. He's driving a solid race. Seems to have found better form. He's right on the pace of the leaders as well. You know, not falling away, so Nelly looking back to his best and putting on a bit of charge in the closing stages of the championship, which is good to see.
Chris Tapp's in the pits again.
Bear with me 1 second, Adam. What battle will I stay on? Let's go to the F. Lewis and Shiv battle. Further back down the order.
Oh. Ooh. trying to bring it up there. Oh, Effler's gone. Boatload of energy. Chip has nothing. Skarma in the pits. Let's have a look, see if Harry's going to get through. Yes, Harry does get through. Oh, that's got to be a warning for Lewis there. 100% has to be a warning.
That's right, I'm back, sir.
You're back. Yes, Lewis can still behind Chiv, but he has like 50% energy advantage.
Somehow Chubby Slug keeping Ryan Sam still behind.
I don't know how he's doing that.
And the battle for P2 still very much on. Oh,
who calls it hey a moment?
Nude Potato now absolutely spent in energy. He is out. So that could be detrimental later on. And somebody said a moment, is that Harry? No, it's Pedro. Pedro said a moment, it's Spoon. Has he picked up any damage? I don't think so.
Come on,
and Nude Potato goes through. Nadim, where was that? Oh, that's in the pits.
Nadim's pit, yeah.
So Nadim has boxed. And here goes Jay on Ryan Sam back down the inside into turn 1. So Jay back to top P3 at the moment.
I think Jay would have been better off pitting the lap straight after the spin. Why is
no, I think he's recovered okay.
Pitted for?
Matalan.
Was he on softs?
Yeah, he was, yeah.
Okay. Right, okay. I wasn't too sure. I just thought he'd done Matthew things. Oh, he's round. No, that's... Is that... Yeah, Matt's round. He is.
No, I don't need check for that. Is brutal. Do Matto things when round he goes.
Oh god. Sorry, not sorry. Oh. What's it? Well, the closest battle you got Ryan, Sam and Jay. Or you got
yeah,
Ray
that's
John
the one I'm on.
Actually.
And F. Lewis and Pablo.
Yes, oh yes. Lewis finally got past Tube. I'm going to quickly go for a smoke break.
Yes, carry on, so. Mr. Rage now trying to push through. He tried to trigger the undercut. Mike into the pits. And Pavel Josek is out of the session into the final corner. And this could be a safety car at quite an interesting time of the race. It's still a yellow flag. Will we get the safety car trigger? Not just yet. Here comes Mr. Rage. He will get DRS. And here he comes in Jay Bradfield, and how close is he going to get to Mike on the exit? Not close enough, but he will go through Nude Potatoes. We watch from the rear wing, and Nude Potato gets through on Jay Bradfield, as does Nelly Just. So Ryan Sam now leads the way on his medium compound tyre, still setting PBs in the first sector as well, so pace very, very good. And he is still in a very good position. Rob Wills as well, choosing to hang out the soft compound tyre. I think that's smart as well. Give himself a good opportunity on the medium to really have a go and not worry so much about the wear side of thing. But Mr. Rage, 1.7 seconds behind the Dean. And he could be attacked by Nude Potato, because Nude Potato is in the DRS window, as is Nelly. Good evening, Jock. Nothing too crazy, honestly, Jock. Quite a status quo race. ENTXJ has been right up there and about it. Mike, Rage at the moment, might get himself a few seconds up the road. But other than that, it's been quite a A clean but calm race as Rage sets the fastest lap of the race, and here comes Nude Potato. He will come back through. Rage has no energy left, and through goes Con into turn 1, and Con looking a lot more racy on his medium compound tyre, so he could be one to watch into the closing phases. As Matty gets himself inside the DRS window of Rob will just be starting to feel the bad side of that soft compound tyre. No, Rob, Jock, definitely, definitely not. Is Shiv had a moment, or is that just into the pits? Is Rangers had a moment also? Range around, he's in the gravel at turn 1. Has he touched that curb on the inside, and he's going to have to do a full lap with wing damage here. So Shiv just boxed, that's all that was. Matoman all over the back at F. Lewis. F. Lewis out in a fresh soft compound tyre, so I don't know if F. Lewis just went through. But Matoman looking racy on his mediums. Is he going to go to the inside of the hairpin? Not this time around, but he is hunting at the moment. But let's go to the Mr. Rage Nude Potato battle, because I think we're going to see more action as we head down the main straight, although Matty very, very close to Rob Wills here, so maybe this could be a battle arising. Although Rob Wills may dive to the pits, yes he does, so let's go back to the Rage Nude Potato fight, because I think Rage is right in the window to really have a go at Nude Potato, although he's got no energy, so he may not be able to get close enough, as Nude Potato now takes the fastest lap of the race. So trading blows in terms of pace, these guys.
Oh. I'm pretty sure, Chris, you were just talking then, and then you just stopped.
No, I just finished what I was saying.
Oh, okay. I thought I came in and you was talking, and then you just stopped because I came back.
F. Lewis holding Chubby Slug behind.
Oh, Harry P18.
And nearly one of our first man in that lead group to pick up a time penalty for multiple warnings.
Nelly. There's Mike back up to P3, Rage P6. Still got Colin Deem in front. Where's Jay? JP9. Ranger, 5-second penalty speed in the pit lane.
And the tiles from the session.
Jock, Mick is having his surgery. Mick is now going to be Michelle.
Religious things and stuff.
Yeah. He's going to be a señorita.
F. Lewis now in the back of Rob Wills. Think this could be something about to kick off here. Although F. Lewis, I think, will have quite an easy pass here with the DRS.
You've also got a Rage on the back of Con. Only 3/10 in that one at the moment.
Halfway point of the race, Mike closing in on the guys on that alternate strategy. We've got a yellow flag, sector 2 and 3, but that is now cleared.
Oh, Rangers quit. When did Rangers retire in the pits then?
Yes.
Oh, we have an Alpine round, Chubby Slug.
Matoman had another moment. Dame pesky cubs claiming victims.
That wasn't my fault, that one.
Not this time.
No.
So can Mr. Rage get through Nude Potato? Nude Potato also has Nadim in his sights.
Another yellow flag. I think that might be Skarma. That could well be Karma for Skarma. When Ryan Termetti, medium 16, 17, would you say?
Yes. Next couple of laps for the leaders, I think. Mike right on that fight, but he won't get through this lap, so Matty should be able to hold him up for this full lap. There's not really many opportunities that come. As we see them wind their way through the S's. No worries, Pavel. Try not to discuss it in the comms. That's what Discord's for, mate.
Old Jay's on the back of Jay Bradfield.
Well, let's go to that fight. Jay's been quiet for a little while as he gets his head down and starts to recover the lost time. Still being very sensible about his moves though. As F. Lewis picks up a time penalty.
Oh, we've got somebody else round.
Oh, and I think it's F. Lewis.
Oh, it was F. Lewis, yes.
Oh, did he get time penalty for having a spin? That is brutal.
And he has Stephen all over the back of him. And they're getting a squeeze on. Well, Stephen gets the job done. And that's a rivalry right there.
Wanted to shoot Reese and Kai, no.
Oh, Jay's through on Bradfield.
Ned Potato also clears Nadim eventually and puts a car between himself and Mr. Rage, which I think he will be rather happy about. And who's that? That's Scammer getting out of the way. Good lad there. Ghosty car, but still choosing to not disrupt the view of the drivers anyway at all. And now Rage has got a bit of a tough challenge because P2 is there, which he really needs. He needs to get as close to Mike as he possibly can, but he has a car between himself and Con. Oh, as they all have oversteer moments off the back of that hairpin.
Jay has a moment. He's alright. He's okay. Oh, Jay Bradfield got back for him.
No, Jay must have had a moment because the gap is 5.4 seconds and he was right on the back of Jay Bradfield.
He went through. He got through on Jay Bradfield down the straight.
So I'm wondering if he had a moment.
Yeah, must have been.
We've got Chubby Slug on the back of Shiv as well. Know each other very, very well.
That's a rivalry right there. Oh, Chiv and Nigel.
And I think we're going to see Nadim be able to attack Noob Potato here. They both have DRS. I didn't think Noob Potato was in the window for it, so that might make Nadim's life a little bit harder as when we go to the broadcast view and it decides that we should look at the helmet, though. Quite a nice view as we head into turn 1.
Right, so what have we got? Right, oh, Rose is right on the back of Nadim.
Nelly in for his soft compound tyre, so he'll be one to watch.
Is he the first of the mediums to go in? He is. Paul is in the pits.
And remember, there's always chance of a safety car which could change the race up very, very dramatically. And Ryan Sam doing a good job at giving himself a good chance here. He can really attack the top 6 once he gets onto that soft, and Nude Potato's going to go through and Matty into 130R. I don't think Matty will be too fussed about that. He'll be happy to take the DRS if he's going to continue.
Ryan Sam is in the box, so I'm going to stick with Ryan Sam, see where he comes out.
I think he'll be safely P6.
Oh, yeah, he could be. Oh, Joe Bradfield's coming round.
He's right at the end of the pits. I think he will get out. Oh, maybe not.
No, he's going to come out. In front of Joe, just in front of Joe.
Scammer gets a time penalty, and look how close Mr. Rage is now to Nadim. So Mr. Rage having a good old time on the medium compound tyre. Matty being the cork in that bottle, but of course he's on that much older tyre as Rage makes a bit of contact with Nadim there. That pushes him a bit deep into dig the 2. Can Rage now capitalise? He'll go to the inside line into the airpin. Nadim leaves space, but he will get a bit of exit on that higher line, and now it's a Drag race round the bed, headed up to Spoon Corner. The team on that shorter distance will be able to get back through though, and Rage will have to tuck him behind for Spoon Corner, although Nadeem misses his apex just a little bit at the entrance to Spoon, but manages to gather it up mid corner and gets the exit he needs. Game on in this little fight.
Oh, none of them have got energy.
They're all absolutely spent, and we got a yellow flag in the S's. I think that's the SPW round.
Matty boxes.
Oh, and
Good stint on the mediums.
Rage at the big old wobble there. Yeah, Genji Bradfield, another man that's going to give himself a good old chance once he comes out in that soft compound tyre. His shift picks up a time penalty for multiple warnings. So Matty will come out.
Oh, Harry's getting left.
Just behind Rob.
Oh,
And respect, he's getting out of the way.
I know, but he's ghosted. I need to remind him of that one. That's on me. But
no, but fair play though.
He's doing a Mitch.
Being respectful.
Yeah, that's what Mitch always did.
And Mr. Rage goes again into the airplane. Sorry, jump in on you there, Adam, but they're going to be side by side and wheel to wheel on the exit. But Rage should know that it's very hard to get that job done on the exit on that inside line. Nadeem covers him off yet again, and he will have to tuck him behind into Spoon Corner. So Rage has got to try somewhere different, but it's obviously the position or the part of the track that he feels he's got the biggest opportunity. So maybe he needs to try and push Nadeem onto that inside line at the hairpin, although easier said than done.
Oh, in the pits. Stevens retired in the pits. Thought we was getting a safety car.
So here we go. Rage will now go for the switchback, better exit. He's much closer to Nadeem this time as they head onto the back straight. DRS will open, and I think Rage. Oh, safety car! Safety car out, Adam.
Oh.
Now Ryan Sam is in a good situation now, Adam. Because
I mean, Mike 100% stays out.
You think so?
I think Mike will stay out.
I think you've got to box for the soft compound tyre here. Interesting choices ahead for some of the drivers. All the guys behind that got the chance to trigger that pit stop do go in for the soft compound tyre. But what do our top four do?
I mean, nothing to lose. They're not going to lose any positions. Might lose one to Ryan Sam.
Hey, Scammer, don't stress. Japan is just a horrible circuit, mate, in terms of trying to pump the laps in.
Losing the much pressure in the pits. Jay, time penalty, no.
Oh, and you do not want to be picking up time penalties under the safety car. That is not an ideal scenario.
While they box in, I'm looking at Mike on the map. Yeah, they're boxed.
And Nude Potato chooses not to. So let's see where Ryan Sam comes in contact there between a couple of drivers getting into the pits. Will that be a penalty? Can Ryan Sam get through now? I think he will. And Ryan Sam is going to clear. And Ryan Sam will be in P2. He just needs to go. Once he clears the line, the Delta will go. And he will be P2. Well, well, well.
And Matty, right in the thick of this now as well.
Yeah, we've a bit of race on our hands for the closing few laps. Will all the drivers get the opportunity to catch back up? They should, but it's going to leave us with a few laps of racing.
Yeah, he crashed out. Karma for Scammer. Karma for Scammer.
And Harry needs to take the pit stop. He's in the queue, so he knows he just needs to stay there. But he should definitely box, get himself onto a soft compound tyre. He's in a battle, yeah.
Go Harry, he's in a battle.
So safety car is out. We're stuck behind this fella.
I mean, you could give Harry a bit of screen time now. We're not missing anything, are we?
I have put him on. He is there.
Yeah. There you go. There's Harry. Driving full throttle, pedals in the middle. He's in a battle. Oh, that's funny. I mean, Rage is still behind the Dean. Rage needs to clear the Dean, and he needs to clear him quick.
He was really unfortunate because he had just eyed up the move and he was going to get it done and then had to back out it because that safety car triggered, so... Yeah. Unfortunate.
Oh, it's in this lap. Wow.
Safety car in this lap, that's a very late call and there's going to be a lot of drivers not getting the opportunity to catch back up, so let's go to Nude Potato. He has a restart and I think you feel hard done by there. He's not had a real opportunity to warm the tyres and he's going to have to release people very late. But here he goes, he gets on it straight away. He's got a few blue flags splitting them as well, but Ryan Sam's going to get the run. And look at Mike, here comes Mike down the inside. He gets the run on Ryan Sam, they'll head side by side into turn one. But I think Mike will get the better of him in that inside line, touches the curb a little bit, unsettles the car. But through he goes, and now Mike has a 1.9 second gap to retake the lead of this race. Mr. Rage still stuck behind the team, and Ryan Sam got good opportunity. And who's that round? I don't think that was anybody.
Oh, I think Harry might have just been off track, moving out of the way for people. I think, maybe. Oh, Jay's on the back of Matty.
Oh, and here goes Mr. Rage. The demon a little bit deep on the exit of the hairpin, but
I'm telling you, Rage
still somehow gets the better exit.
Nadeem is a defender.
Oh, Matty's got to be carefully touches the inside curb at spoon exit there. That allowed Jay the opportunity to really mount a challenge. So here he goes up to 130R. He will tuck round, will he take the tight line and go to that high lining all the way round the long way into the last couple of corners. It's good racing here between the two. Matty very aware of the situation and he'll go for the switchback exit. They'll go side by side now as they head down the straight. A good clean fight and Nelly coming to get involved in this one as well. So it's the drag race down to turn one. G and TXJ on that inside line, Matty on his right and Jay able to make him see and Nelly gets opportunistic on that one and gets himself up to P7.
Nadeem has passed Ryan Sam now, so now Rage has got to get past Ryan Sam and then go again with Nadeem.
And Rage will be kicking himself because the paces look good up until that moment that kind of took him out of the fight.
Until he lost his bottle.
And we've got Mike now on the back of Con. He's in that DRS window. We will get a few laps of DRS as well. He's been doubled. He was doubled, Kai. He got absolutely done. So Mr. Rage on Ryan Sam. And this is for track position as well. Ryan Sam not a reserve. In a very, very good race position. Of course he's got that penalty, but his main focus will be trying to stay here and solidify it from ENTXJ and Nelly. But here goes Mr. Rage. He's going to go round that outside line into 130R and through he goes.
And then he's going to get stuck behind the Deem again.
Who has to move, Mr. Steven? Who? Mr. Rage? Yes. He needs to get his finger out as Mike sets the fastest lap of the race and now gaining in Con. Kristaps going to get himself out the way of that fight. Good man there, Kristaps. He's going to let the lead two go clean at it. Now can Con hold Mike off on that medium compound tyre? Of course, no DRS for another lap. So will Mike just stay behind and hold on to that energy, use the tyre advantage through the corners, knowing that you can kind of give or hold the energy in and gain the lap time against Con that way, and use it when the DRS gets activated. That's probably going to be his best opportunity.
Well, you have an alpha round, I think.
And F. Lewis, sorry, gets a 10-second time penalty for multiple warnings there.
I think he had a moment. So Rage stuck behind the team again for the next 4 laps. I just don't see Rage getting past. The team's done enough every lap before this. I can't see Rage getting past him.
Yeah, I would agree.
Nothing against Rage, you know, he's Kerry's best mate, but and he's absolutely sweating his energy. Con 60%, Mike.
Oh, and Con had 2 monumental snaps off the last corner, and that will now give Mike the run. He'll go to the switchback high line, side by side into turn 1 they go. Oh, and Con's round, but he's held the best tag slap I've ever seen. How the hell did he keep that car on the road?
Oh, he's got the team right up his dirt box now.
But that's okay, because he's still in P2.
And honestly, he's holding an advantage on energy as well.
Oh, that was impressive.
It was.
No traction as well, so that was all throttle control there from Con. That was impressive, wasn't it, Leon? It was good. He's got himself in a bit of a fight though, but he's gave himself half a chance. So can Mr. Rage get the move done? He's looking racy, but as Adam said, Nadeem has been wised it for the full race. So Con probably needs to stay behind Kristaps here and take the DRS in it as a defensive tool, but he's not going to get it, so I think Con now will be overtaken as Nadeem goes a bit deep in the brakes, touches Con in the rear. And I think now the overtake will come, because I don't think Con can fight it too much. Nadeem will squeeze himself to the inside line. Can Mr. Rage make the move? Now Con needs not to worry too much.
Con.
Oh, he's held it again!
I'm calling it now. He's got to be in.
Oh, he just died, Adam. Goodbye. No, okay, yep. Oh no. So Mr. Rage on the back of Nadeem. Con still keeping himself in P3 at the moment, but Mike way out in front on the second last lap of the race, and otherwise we've got a big train behind. Can ENTXJ capitalise on anything ahead? Few drivers with penalties. Matty going to gain a few positions here, I think. Come the end as Nelly goes a little bit wide at Spoon Corner. He comes back on track, leaves the space there for Jay, and Jay will be able to now get the run on Nelly. Nelly derating here, he defends that off into 130R. Now where does Jay position the car as a switchback move down the inside? Here he goes, he's going to squeeze him out. And Jay has to scamper across the corner a little bit, Nelly, sorry, but Jay able to get the job done. They both have the DRS, so the drag now starts down to turn 1, but Jay slowly pulling away now as they head down into turn 1, and Nelly will just tuck in behind. Good move there from ENTXJ, gets himself back up to P6. Well, let's go to Mr. Mike as he breaks the Sector 1 beam for the last time, heading up to the hairpin. And he was in a bit of a battle for the first few laps, but then after that, once Rage had his incident and he had that controlling gap, he never looked back. Had to do a bit of overtaking in the strategy, but even still, he drove a very, very solid race as Nelly gets back to an ENTXJ. We'll go back to Mike because he's on the exit Spoon, heading up to 130R for the very last time. and he will firmly put one hand now on that championship to be the back-to-back champ. Into the last chicane he goes. There's a driver there waiting to not do that extra lap, and round the final corner he comes to take the win in Japan, and Mike wins the Japanese Grand Prix. He'll be Rage in P2, Nadim P3, Nude Potato will hold off as Nadim is the reserve. Somehow he still stays on the podium. Matty P5, Ryzan P6, Nelly 7, Chubby Slug P8, J P9, Rob Wells 10, J Bradfield 11, Shiv P12, Pedro 13, Kristaps P14, F Lewis P15, and Harry P16. And people will say, oh, he was a lap down. Can we just say, for the first time, a guy that never really understood setups or anything, to only lose a lap to guys that have been league racing now for years, it's not too bad at all as he crosses the line. The two horsemen, the last two boys. And we will get our top three in for a chat. Oh, a better way actually.
Who was the top three?
It was Mike, Rage and Con. Matty getting the driver of the day from the game. So an extra point there for Matty.
And Rage. There you go.
I don't really know who...
I don't know if you heard what I said before my PS turned off.
No.
No, right, okay. I think Con's got to be in this for a shout for driver of the day with the way he held.
I know, but then I think Jade drove a very good race.
No, I only said in for a shout, in with a shout. So, ultimately your decision, but the name's got to be thrown
it's
out.
our decision.
Yeah, I like you having the decision, I like you having that. I feel it's fair.
Horrible.
Uh-huh.
So there it is, Mike wins. Did you add them? Add them,
Yes.
Yeah. Mr. Rage P2, and it will be Nude Potato in P3. Done a good job for staying out in the medium compound tyre. Nearly held it off. Turn 1 at Japan is awful, honestly. It's just not good at all. But anyway, Mike joins us. We'll just start with your race winner, Mike. I was just saying, you had to do a bit of racing early in the stint, but once people kind of fell to the curbs, if we want to call it that, and you got a sniff of an advantage at the front, you never really looked back. And then at the end there, of course, the Con chooses to stay out. And you had to go after it. He done a good old job.
Yep.
Was there much in the turn 1? I don't know, it's really hard to tell. There was a couple incidents like that at turn 1, and I don't think anybody was really doing anything that was too out of line. Just, honestly, the physics of that corner are terrible. But other than that, Mike, a good day in the office.
Yeah, I mean, the start wasn't great. I mean, 66-degree rear tires. I had to do burnouts on the actual race start. That wasn't fun. Obviously lost the position. I think Nadim also came up my inside and touched the carb or something. But, yeah, I mean, there was a few things I was just like, you know, like there was one of the ones I was going to get a run on Rage, and then Jay just sends it up my inside, and I'm like, why would you do that? He lost himself DRS. I mean, like, fair play. Then Rage, did you spin on me or did you spin by yourself? I forget.
It was the inside curb.
Yeah, so I think 2 or 3 people spun on that inside curb when I was overtaking them. And yeah, I mean, it was an easy enough race from there on, but I was quite frustrated at Kristaps. He gave me blue flags for 2 whole laps and just gave me dirty air for no reason when he should have just moved out of the way under the safety car. Like, it was really frustrating. And then one of the laps he goes past Con just to give him DRS, and then lets him pass when he realized DRS isn't a thing. Yeah, and then he just lets you through because he's like, oh well. So yeah, I was quite annoyed at that, but other than that, it's another good day at the office.
Yes, and of course, I know we've all been in that situation. The things that are out with your control can be very frustrating, but you've just got to keep your head on your own race, which you did. You stayed calm enough, because Japan, as we all know and seen with many drivers this evening, that one lapse of concentration or one missed line, especially in that first sector, and it could be detrimental to your race.
Yeah, I mean, I was surprised there wasn't a safety car beforehand. It looked like most drivers were going off, but just avoiding the walls or something. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
it appeared that way.
there was like 4 or 5 laps where there was just yellow flag after yellow flag, and I was like, "Oh, safety car, safety car." None of them happened, and I was like, "Okay."
But still, Mike, very good job. And I said just at the end of the race there, you will feel like that's one hand on the championship now. 4 races to go. It would take a monumental up to drop it now, because I think you could comfortably anywhere inside like the top 8 for the next 3 races and you'll be fine.
I think I just have to finish, to be honest.
So, one hand on the title.
Yeah, well, hopefully. Look, I won't count my blessings just yet, but hopefully we can see it out from here. I know how easy it is to mess these things up, so yeah, I'll keep my mouth shut for now, but yeah, hopefully we can continue on and wrap it up with 2 races to go.
Very much so. So good job today, Mike, and I expect more of the same going into the tail end of the season.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's gonna be interesting. Like the to win the last 2 races has been a bit of a surprise, because we're in the kind of stint of the calendar where the tires for no ABS runners just blow up. So Brazil's gonna be the same. It's just gonna be all about keeping the tires, and like I'm running minimum tire pressures every race for the last 3 weeks now, I think. So it's just like, hopefully one of them doesn't catch me out.
Yeah, definitely. So, that being said, Mike, how many? I think it is 3 to go.
3 races and a sprint.
3 races. Well, there you go. Oh, so I
Is it
think
2
it's
races
not
and a
quite
sprint?
over. No, 3
it's
races and a
three
sprint.
races and a
I
sprint.
thought there was only 4 left, with this included.
Yeah, there is only 4
Yeah.
left with this included.
But we've
So there's
got
only
Brazil
3 left now.
next. Yeah, Brazil next, which is a sprint race.
Right, so sprint and then 2 races.
Oh, this geezer, man.
Don't confuse me, man. I'm old.
Yeah,
Anyways,
Feature.
very good job, Mike. Good win.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you.
We will move on to Mr. Rage. Rage P2 in the end. Your pace looked good in especially in the second phase of the race. Rage, you maybe be a bit annoyed with that curb, or maybe more annoyed with yourself, because we all know what the curbs do here, right?
Yeah, no, I'm more annoyed with myself.
Bottle
'Cause
job.
I should have just let Mike go. In hindsight.
Yeah, and then maybe
You've
took
got,
the race to him
race
later.
back. Yeah. But ironically, I was having tire temp issues. So yeah, that was interesting, to say the least. But I'm happy with the P2, and yeah, if I lose it, I'm not bothered, to be honest.
Right.
I just enjoyed the battle all the way.
Yeah, it's been a good fight. You've had some entertaining stuff, of course. There's still a few races to go. Extra opportunity. You never know. So
Oh no,
just keep plugging away what you're doing, and you never know, man. The opportunity could arise.
I'm definitely not gonna give up.
Although Mike will never live it down at this point, but
No, you wouldn't. 100%.
I know for a fact I'm not going to drop my pace. I will be there, even if it's Mike in P1 and me in P2 for the rest. I'm not bothered. Yeah, I've given a good fight to Mike, so
that's what we like to hear. That is very much what we like to hear. So good job today, Rage, on the P2. Very good effort, especially after that spin. You recovered very well. And some good battling between you and Nadim as well.
Oh, that move. That was. I was booking it going around the outside. I'm like, okay, you can have the inside, mate. I was going around the outside. I was hoping and praying I gave him enough room, but I think he backed out of it. So
Yeah.
that was like, thank God, I can breathe.
So good job and oh, sorry, on you go.
No, I was just gonna say and just carry on and then get to P2. So
Yeah, so good job on that one, Rage. Very, very strong recovery after your early moment. The Cubs always catch a handful of drivers out. It's just unfortunate it had to be you today, because I would have been really intrigued to see how the battle would have played out in the fight later on.
yeah,
So good job, Rage.
thank you.
Oh, Con? Mr. Con? How do you hear, sir? Yeah, weird. Good evening, sir. And can we just say, if there was a tank slapper of the day award, you would have won it twice. Day 2 slides that you held round turn 1. How the hell did you keep the car on track? So what was it there, Con? Was it inside curb or car contact? But and that's what I was saying kind of early. It's a really brutal corner. It's a corner where going side by side is really difficult, because any form of contact, the guy on the inside always seems to get dogged on a little bit. It'd be interesting to see it for both POVs. But that being said, the way you control the car round the corner and don't really give up much positioning was mighty impressive, and you were in a good old slugfight for most of the race, and you still improved from where you started as well, Con. Yeah, it seemed very early, didn't it? And there was a lot of drivers that just hadn't even had the opportunity to catch up. Yeah, that's right, we've seen that yet. But still, you managed to stay on the back of Nadeem. Sorry, Rage got through after that though, didn't he? I think Rage gets through. But still, for not pitting, did you always plan not to box when the safety car came out? Or was there a part of you that was like, I'm going to go to the soft and take the risk? I know, it's like it's seen that you decided not to pit and says, oh, we're going to fling the safety car in nice and early now to really mess this guy up. It was a good old race, and even though even with the drama, you keep yourself on the podium, so I guess that's best case scenario, right? Even if you're getting caught up in drama, you're still finishing in the top 3. That's a good sign. It's easy to get angry at other people, not so easy to get angry at yourself. Oh, if there was ever a motto for league racers, I think that's it. But that's it, Con, as we say, you still get P3, you started P6, so gains are gains, you know. Well, I do tend to agree. Even though I crash, I do enjoy it right up until I crash. So, Adam, have you got anything for our top 3? Are you even still here? You fell
I am
asleep
still
'cause
here.
you're
Yeah,
old?
I'm messaging.
I got
Mike,
something to
easy
say.
job. Rage, you bottled it again, loser. Con, absolutely sublime driving skill with those moments.
I do have one thing to say.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
I just want to say congrats to Harry for finishing the
Yes,
race.
yes. And Harry, first ever
race.
league race. And you didn't lap him twice.
Yes. Yes.
Poor Harry.
It's like it's his first race.
Apparently his pad disconnected.
Oh God.
So, Adam, driver
Yes.
of the day before we tie up for the evening.
I mean, you put a name in, I put a name in.
Yes.
I feel your name is worthy. Maybe takes the edge.
So,
No,
Adam had
no,
put forward
no.
Con,
Yes,
but
I did.
although if he kind of fell away, then now we look at the finishing position, maybe not so much. I think if Jay sustained the drive, it would have been much better. Because Jay's pace was very, very good, especially in qualifying. He was the driver that sprung to me, but he fell to P9 in the end. So, yeah, I think your call then is pretty reasonable, Adam.
Ooh.
I think
Well.
Con gets a surefire driver of the day.
Con for his epic save.
For two,
I
not
mean,
one,
no-
but twice. And they're both on
Yeah.
stream. You need to
And
go
he was
watch
the
them.
only, and he was the only one to not go onto the softs.
Yep.
Yeah.
Was bold in
So,
his strategy
was
and
a-
made it work.
Honestly,
Big
he was a fucking
potatoes.
rocket on the straight.
Big potatoes.
Ah,
It was mad.
see what you did there.
There you go. See, I know.
So well done to Mike, to Rage, and to Con. Thank you, Adam, as always, for joining us.
No, it's a pleasure.
And until Wednesday for HOR Japan, we will see you then.